Good morning, Formark. It's Miss Dunn here, and I'm here to celebrate Earth Day with you and tell you all about it. So, first of all, what is Earth Day? Well, it's a special day where we think all about our Earth and how we can protect it, and it's on the 22nd of April every single year. And it started in 1970, and it encourages people to think about how we can help our environment. So it's a day to think all about our Earth. Now, I don't know if you spotted this, but 1970 was 50 years ago. So it's the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. People have been celebrating it every single year for 50 years. So let's make this one a really fantastic one. Now, Earth Day was started by a man called Senator Wilson from Wisconsin in America. And he believed that not enough people were talking about the environment and looking after our Earth. So that's why he thought it was so important to start up Earth Day. Over 20 million people participated. Some of them went on marches, like the people here, to support things that they believed in to protect the environment. And many millions of people thought that our Earth was worth protecting. That's why we've managed to carry on celebrating Earth Day for 50 years. And today, at least, 193 countries around the world celebrate Earth Day. And it's still such a big deal today. You can see these people here are trying to support and fight for what they believe in. You can see one of the signs says, "There's no planet B." That's worth thinking about, isn't it? So, why is our world worth protecting? Let's have a look at some really lovely pictures of our Earth, just to have a little look at what is worth protecting. Our Earth is beautiful. And those people are right. We've only got this one Earth that is our home, that we need to look after. There are so many plants and animals that live on this world and share it with us. So it's not fair if we just ruin it for them. Our world is such a beautiful place. There are so many fantastic things about us. Have you noticed anything about our beautiful world just today? So, what are the problems that our world is facing? We've seen those beautiful pictures, but what are the problems? What do you think these pictures are showing? Have a little look. They are showing some of the problems, but what are those problems? Lots of forests are being cut down. Now, this is a problem because the trees help the earth clean the air of pollution. Our forests are sometimes talked about as being the lungs of the earth because our trees take in CO2, which is harmful to us, and they release oxygen. If large amounts of forest areas are cut down, the trees that help clean the air are removed. About half the world's tropical forests have been cleared already. Now that is quite scary, isn't it? That's a huge amount of forest that has already gone. The Earth loses space that is equal to 27 football fields. Can you imagine how big that is? 27 football fields are cut down. 27 football fields of forests are cut down every minute, according to the World Wildlife Fund. What's the problem here? The temperature of the Earth has been rising steadily. One reason this happens is because of the harmful gases that some vehicles, such as cars or trucks, as well as factories, release. When these harmful gases go into the air, they get trapped in the layer protecting the Earth from the sun. The sun's heat, received by the Earth, can then not escape from our atmosphere and is therefore trapped, causing the Earth's temperature to rise. So things are steadily getting a little bit hotter. Why could that be bad, I wonder? As the temperature of the Earth rises, ice around the world melts. This can cause other problems. The habitats, so the homes of certain animals, are getting smaller, which makes it harder for them to live there. The ice melting will result in the sea levels going up, which may mean more flooding. I think quite a lot of our eco-warriors will be able to work out what the problem is here. Lots of plastic is getting into the seas and oceans. So, what are people saying about climate change? Now, this is Barack Obama. He was the President of the United States of America, and he says climate change is no longer some far-off problem. It is happening here. It is happening now. David Attenborough, some of you might have heard his voice on programs like The Blue Planet and things like that. He does a lot of nature programs, lots of fascinating nature programs. And he says, right now we are facing a man-made disaster of a global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. And I wonder if some of you recognise this girl. She's called Greta Thunberg, and she does a lot of work to try and protect the climate. And she says, the climate crisis has already been solved. We already have the facts and solutions. All we have to do is wake up and change. So, what can we change? What can we do to help things? Let's have a look at some solutions to just some of these problems that are up here. Picking up litter. That can help with the plastic pollution. And it will stop some of the plastic going into our ecosystems, into our oceans and things. Trying to use less plastic, not using straws or lots of plastic bottles that just get thrown away. Take your own reusable bags when you go shopping. That's a really easy one to do if you remember your bags. Don't waste paper. You could work on both sides of the sheet, couldn't you? Wonder what one that will help. Of course, it will help deforestation. The paper we use comes from our trees. So if we use less paper, we'll need less trees being chopped down. Avoid using the car when you don't need to and walk with a trusted adult when you are going on a short journey. What one will that help? Pollution. Yeah, if you're not using the car as much, that will help things too, won't it? When you need to make a longer journey, take public transport when possible to avoid unnecessary fumes from more vehicles. You could also do car sharing. That would help this too. Recycle. I wonder how many of you are recycling at home. This avoids rubbish going into a landfill and ensures as many current products are recycled as possible, so we're reusing things. Grow your own fruit and vegetables. What could that help? Of course, this reduces the amount of harmful chemicals getting into the water system. Ensures no food miles are created. Food miles are when food has to travel to get to you. If you're growing it, that doesn't happen, does it? And plants also help produce carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, just like those trees in the forests we were talking about. You could plant a tree too. Switch off the lights when you leave the room. I wonder how many of you do this. Use paper products that have been made from recycled material. You can get recycled paper and things now too. When you have finished playing with plastic toys, take them to the charity shop instead of throwing them away. Okay, so that's the end of our Earth Day assembly today. I hope you enjoyed it and it helped you to think of some ways that you can help our Earth. So the challenge is to show us how you are helping to protect the Earth. What are you doing to protect it? Are there any special tips you have to make things better? You might have already come up with some ideas for this, but now is your chance to get creative and show us what you are doing. You could make a video, take some pictures of what you're doing, show us something you've made out of recycled things. You could make a poster to promote looking after our Earth. Okay, have a think and enjoy. Happy Earth Day! And now we have a special treat from Sophia, who is part of our Eco Council. And hopefully her little video she's made here will inspire you with some of your own creations. Enjoy!